I do well, then I relapse. I do well again, and then I relapse. I do well again, and then I relapse. The line has got to be drawn here. This will be my last stand. Hi, I'm Keith, and welcome back to the vlog. Well, kind of a lot's happened since the last video, so we're just going to jump right on into things. I have officially left Georgia. I am on the next leg of my journey, but before we get into that, two things. One, I want to thank Tia from @Tia's Crazy Life for this week's submission with a beautiful hike.
I'm walking on the C&O Canal in Maryland, and it's pretty bright out. It's a beautiful day. I have my dog, so he's pulling my camera. But I just wanted to say hi, and thanks for inspiring us to go on a hike. And my daughter's running up ahead of us to get ready for basic training. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, Tia. I really appreciate it. Tia is someone I've known since, I want to say, the 4th or 5th grade. So thank you, Tia. I really appreciated that. I also would like to say a thank you to my friend Mark and, of course, his mother, Beth. If not for Mark allowing me to stay at his place for as long as I did, I wouldn't have got as much done as I did the last 6 weeks of the vlog, between the hikes, being able to focus on the diet, working on the walk times, which the last walk of Georgia, I knocked out the 5 miles in 1 hour, 15 minutes, and there was a half mile of jogging involved with that. The knee held up, so I was really kind of grateful for that. It was always my plan to go to somewhere that I had been previously on the vlog for part of the training. But before I got here, where I am now, there was a pit stop I really wanted to make for a long time, and I finally made the pit stop. It's a national park I've wanted to check out for some time, and it was only a pit stop. I wasn't going to be there for too long, but I was going to be there long enough to do a few fun hikes. So the first trail I did was called Chimney Tops Trail, and this originally would be like a 5-mile round trip to the top, but because of a fire they had to shut off the tip top part, so really it's only a 1.8 mile hike to the top, and of course 1.8 mile hike to the bottom. So as I'm entering the trail, I'm aware that I am in bear country, like legit bear country right now, so I'm trying to be as alert as possible. So Chimney Tops Trail is ranked strenuous, and for good reason. So the first part of the trail doesn't seem all that. You know, you go down this little hill, you cross over this bridge, you see this beautiful river. You know, then you got a little uphill. Of course, I'm constantly aware of, you know, are there bears, are there bears? And then you get to the really uphill part. And what they did was they put in staircases to help make it easier for people. Some of the staircases made from like wood logs filled with gravel, and then they have actual stone staircases that they constructed. And I began my ascent to the top of the trail. At one point, I heard what sounded like large movement coming from behind this bush, and I thought, oh crap, it's a bear. It's early in the morning. I'm the first person on the trail. That would be my luck. So I'm like, hey, 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 making all kinds of noise. I didn't see anything. You know, I was a little nervous, but I pushed on with the hike anyway. As I was working my way up, I could feel like just my heart was pounding, not from being afraid of a bear, but because of how intense the uphill was. Now, I thought Blood Mountain was a bit intense with the uphill, but this definitely felt more intense with it. Even though I think it was a shorter distance, there was a lot more with the uphill. I got to the point where I could go no further, got a shot of the gate. So I got to the lookout, grabbed some nice footage with the Panasonic. So I got down from the trail. It was a great hike. I really enjoyed it. Got some beautiful footage. And then it was time to find the next hike. And where I was at in the park and where the next hike was going to be was like quite a distance away. You know, it takes a while to get there. So as I was working my way, you know, through the park, I did stop for a quick bite to eat. Being on the road, you got to adapt. You got to make it easy. I don't want to go out to eat. I don't want to spend the money. Plus, I got to be careful because I'm trying to diet right now. So I had a packet of tuna and some saltine crackers with some delicious jelly for dessert. So after I had my lunch, I resumed to find the next trail, which was Abraham Falls Trail. This was a 5-mile round trip ranked moderate. And I was like, all right, great. So I got all my stuff together. I put on my sunscreen, sprayed down some bug spray on me, and then I proceeded to dominate this trail. I just pushed through. I was passing people left and right.
On your left. Thank you.
I got some good jobs from people because, you know, I'm still kind of a large guy. So they see this large guy in the trail and they're like, good job, buddy. And I'm like, thanks. You know, I push forward. So my confidence is definitely improving with my balance because they had these bridges that were like half logs and I would just zip right across them like they were nothing. I got to Abraham Fall and it was beautiful. I got a bunch of footage. And then it was time to work my way back. And as I'm powering up, I got all the camera stuff packed away because I just want to be focused on the workout of the hike. I get to a certain point and I see a bunch of people standing there like, stop. They go, there's a rattlesnake. And I freeze and I start looking around. I'm like, where? So they guide me to where I can see it. And I'm still a pretty safe distance away from the rattlesnake. But I've always been afraid of snakes. Snakes always terrify me. But here I am in a situation where there is a live rattlesnake and I'm completely calm. I'm just, all right, where is it at? It's right there. So because I packed away the cameras, all I had was my phone on me. So I snapped a quick photo of that. And then I waited for the snake to go about its business. This snake didn't have a care in the world. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't coming after anybody. It was just traveling across the path, going about its business. And I thought that's pretty cool. But now that's something else I have to be aware of. In the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, there are 2 types of venomous snakes. You've got the timber rattlesnake, which I just met. And then there's the northern copperhead, which I didn't see. So I powered through the trail, passing people left and right. I got to the end. There was a sign that said that this trail could take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. I did it in 2 hours and 10 minutes. The next day I got up and I wanted to go to Laurel Falls. I wanted to do an easy hike right off the bat, get that out of the way, then go do a more challenging one. So I got to the falls. It was only a 1.2 mile trip to the falls and then 1.2 miles back. So I started pushing forward on the hike. It was a paved path. It was easy. It was ranked easy. It was no problem at all. I was passing people. I got to the falls, grabbed some shots.
Now I'm just bragging.
So then I decided I wanted to go to the Klingman's Dome. Now this isn't a hike. It's like a half-mile walk there, half-mile walk back. But it's supposed to be some beautiful scenery, and that's what I really wanted to see. I wanted to see the really, nice scenery before I did like the next hike of the day. So as I was on my way there, it was more towards the center of the park. I hit a bunch of traffic. There's construction going on. So after sitting there for a little bit, I got a little frustrated. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to go. I was able to turn around where I was at, and I was going to go find somewhere else to hike. I went to a place called Autumn Cavern, it was called, and this was going to be a great, like, 10-mile round-trip trail. I got there, the parking lot was full, you know, spring break, a lot of people, got a little frustrated. Then I remembered there was Rainbow Falls Trail, and I thought, okay, let me go to Rainbow Falls Trail. To get to this one, you got to go out the park, and then you got to, like, take a road to get back into the park. It's ranked strenuous. It'd be a great hike to do. So as I was working my way there, as I pulled out to Gatlinburg, it was just a cluster of cars and people. I started getting kind of frustrated, and then I calmed down. I said, you know, this was only a pit stop anyway, so why not just get on the road? So I ended up just driving west for 2 hours before I finally plugged something into the GPS, and then I began my drive here. Now, I would have liked to have taken my time to get to this next location, but because of how expensive March was, between all the stuff with the car, which was almost about $1,000, and some of the equipment things I upgraded, it wasn't really in the budget to make too many side trips. So I thought, let me just get to the next stretch of the journey, and then I'll just get refocused and regroup there. So I have reached the next point of the journey, but before we get to that, I just want to say thank you to everybody that watched last week's video. Thank you for everybody that's always commenting with the words. And this week's word is going to be the location I am next. So you'll see that at the very, very tail end here. But I am going to wrap things up for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.
Yeah, so